Once my baby was born, we went back to our family doctor for a wellness check, and he was so excited that I had followed through with breastfeeding and was oohing and awing over my baby and making me feel like one of the best moms in the world just by how proud he was of us for just how nurturing and natural our breastfeeding relationship was. And I had no doubts that he was going to support us in our journey. So when I began encountering challenges just a few weeks later, I was pretty sure it was mastitis, and he got me in for an appointment right away and examined me and said, yes, there's red streaking at this point, so it's definitely progressed. We need to get you on antibiotics right away. He ordered them and then told me to make sure to continue breastfeeding as much as possible through, and that would only help me to get better. All along the way, he was reassuring me that breastfeeding was still a wonderful choice. This was just an obstacle we had to overcome, and that breastfeeding was providing all of these wonderful benefits for my baby, decrease the risk of ear infection, and better digestion. There was a list of things he would always say just to let me know I was on the right track. So that support continued throughout every well check I took my baby to. After he would get his vaccinations, we would go in and make sure that he was still on track, and he would always ask, are you still breastfeeding? And I was so proud to say yes, and my baby was growing perfectly. And then around 9 months, after months of breastfeeding being easy and wonderful, I started having this unexplained pain again. It reminded me of mastitis. However, my breasts were extremely full. There were no clogged ducts. Wasn't really matching up with a yeast infection or thrush either. So I just went ahead and made an appointment. And I went in expecting the same support I'd received before. And he kind of examined me saying, well, it doesn't really look like mastitis, but I can get you some antibiotics if needed. But if that doesn't do it, it might just be time to cut the cord. And I was a little bit surprised. He had been one of the biggest encouragers and supporters of me breastfeeding my baby. And then because something was unexplained, it just might be time to stop. So he actually went on beyond that and said that breastfeeding was only truly beneficial for the first 6 months of a baby's life, and after that, the benefits were reduced. So that was discouraging and unexpected, surprising. Thankfully, we were able to work through the pain. We never did figure out what was causing it. It lasted about 2 weeks and seemed to resolve on its own. And he still is supportive in a way when I go in and say I'm still breastfeeding, but he also mentions that, weaning at any time would be appropriate. My baby's 15 months old now, and I have no plans of stopping. Thankfully, I've received lots of support from lactation consultants through the WIC program, and just in the group of mom friends that I've been blessed to get in contact with.